Hey guys, it's KOKOStern once again on Why You Should, the show where I try and convince people to do stuff. And today I want to talk about community games, or more likely the communities that games create, and why, as a gamer, and even not as a gamer, why you should really immerse yourself in one of these communities and not just play a game for the sake of playing it, but really go into the community. And the reason is very simple, because that experience is incredible, and it's one of the most incredible experiences you can have by playing games. Immersing yourself in such a community and getting to know people that love a specific game so much, like you, is amazing. And the friendships that you form with such people can last for years and years and years. Personally, my game that I've immersed myself in several games in the past, but the one that I'm still in for about 8 years is Defense of the Ancients. That's Dota, and I have friends that I've met through playing Dota in different forms and different structures that are friends with me today. Up to this day, I've met personally my co-caster that I always co-cast with, Onan. I've known the guy from a forum about Dota that isn't alive anymore, that isn't on the internet anymore. And that story goes way back, and I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but one should really, any gamer that considers himself a gamer, and pretty much anybody else, you need to find a game that you really, really love and immerse yourself in that community, because pretty much every game today has such a community, and the benefits, the feeling of really camaraderie that you get and the friendships that you can form are really freaking amazing. And anybody who's played World of Warcraft and was in a league knows exactly what I'm talking about. That's one of the most basic examples that a lot of people have. Personally, I've never played World of Warcraft too much, but it's the friendship that you get with people, and it's kind of the feeling that I know World of Warcraft players have actually had, that you don't even go to the game to play the game anymore. You go in the game to talk to your friends, to meet those people that you are friends with, and you don't even, you just sit around and chat with them. You don't even play the game anymore. But the game has brought you to get to know these people and has involved you in such a community. And today you can pretty much do this in any way. I mean, I personally follow Dota, so there are websites that post news, there's Reddit, there's tons of chats, and there's just so easy to immerse myself in that community. And opposed to me, there are lots of people that just play Dota for the sake of playing Dota. They don't have a huge community, and they don't really talk with their friends about it all day long and immerse themselves in it. And it doesn't even matter, not even speaking about the esports aspect, the aspect that it's a spectator sport that you could watch. Dota's just a game. It's not just a game, it's much more than that. But at the end of the day, it's a game, and you could just play it for fun, and that's it, and be done with it. And that is perfectly fine. Immersing yourself in a community and in a specific game is a time-consuming endeavor. It's a time-consuming endeavor, no doubt. So you shouldn't really immerse yourself in more than one, and you shouldn't exaggerate by any means, obviously. But any gamer should immerse himself at least once in any game that holds a community. And I actually want to give you one of the examples that I used to play, a game that I used to play a really long time ago when I was little, and I was horrible at it. It's called Utopia, and it's the strategy RPG for hardcore players, as you can see right here. This game is a browser-based strategy game where it's pretty much hardcore. I mean, it's numbers, and calculating and thinking forward and chance. It's a really hardcore strategy RPG. But the way that it works is when you sign up, you get a province, and that province is where you control your people, and there's all the attributes. You choose a race, you choose which personality, and all kinds of things, bonuses. You have all kinds of choices, and then you start growing, building buildings, armies, and whatever. But your province is actually in a kingdom, and that kingdom holds 25 provinces, and each province is played by a different person. That means that you're thrown into playing with 24 other people. And you're not enemies. You're supposed to help you to work with each other because you're in the same kingdom and fight other kingdoms and trying to get as big as you can. And there is a crap ton of actual communication, and that there are forums in the game just for those 25 people, for them to discuss amongst each other their plans, what they want to do, if they need help from one another. And you're just pretty much, this is one of the raw examples of you're just thrown. You have to be friends with 24 people and work with them. And it's a really amazing experience to go in this game. I've played this for years on and off. I've actually stopped. Haven't played it in about 8 or so years. But when I was younger, I just played this a ton. And I got to meet some amazing people that eventually I did stop talking to because they were just online, and eventually I stopped talking to those people. But there are players that are playing this game for the last 10, 20 years, because this has been alive for a really long time. Maybe not 20 years, but this is alive at least 10 plus years. There are people who are playing with the same kingdom, with the same provinces. The only thing you can carry over between every age, obviously there's it's real time, so every sometime they reset everything. The only thing that you can carry on is the province that you're in and the kingdom that you're in, so you can play with the same people again if you like them and if you've developed friendships with them. Unless you hate them, there's no reason not to do that. And people have been playing for freaking decades, for 10 or so years with the same people. And they've developed such friendships that it's such an incredible experience. And specifically, this game is a browser game. You could dedicate maybe 5 minutes to dealing with all the things that you have to deal every day. Well, it's not 5 minutes. It said, I remember an advertisement where it said it's just 5 minutes a day. It's usually more than that, about 15 or 20. But aside from all the actual strategy, you're on the forums talking to those other 24 people. You could just do that for hours and hours, because you're talking to them not only about the game, but everything else in the world as well. And you're just becoming friends with them. And this specific game, there's so much to learn. And again, you don't have to play this specifically. It's just one example that I wanted to give you. But immersing yourself in a community is amazing, and you should find the game that you really, really love and do it. And this also works for really older games, such as, I'm going to throw out Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex, and Nox is another game that you could throw yourself into. Most of these old games that are really, really good, they have this community of modders that keep the game alive. It's really everywhere. Really old games. There's someone playing a really old game that you just thought about. And that community could be really amazing people, and getting together with other people and becoming friends with them based on a shared love of a specific game. What could be more great than that? So what I'm trying to get you to do this time is to just find a game and immerse yourself in the community completely. Most gamers have done this at some point, but to some scale. And some gamers, which I've discovered lately, there's really just a lot of gamers that just play a game for just playing it, and they don't care about anything else. They don't mind about other people. They don't mind about communities or about playing it with friends. They just want to play the game for the sake of it. Single player games only, and even multiplayer games, but just by themselves. And that's such a shame, because that's losing such a big part of gaming, which is the camaraderie of gamers. Camaraderie of gamers is amazing. It's an amazing thing, and you should experience it, for fuck's sake. So go out, find the game that you love, and start following it. Start finding communities of people that play it, and talk to them, and be their friend, because they're awesome. Because you love the same game. You will become friends automatically for that. So that's been me rambling for about communities and games and stuff, and about Utopia, which I'm actually really itching to play again, but I know I'll get sucked into it like incredibly, and it's really hardcore strategy, and it's I don't know if I'm gonna play it, but anyway, that's me. Thanks a lot for watching, And go find a community. Go in there, have fun, and we will see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. And if you like my stuff, subscribe. That'll be great. Thank you.